I am Pops, and yeah, I've been going through Star Trek, the original series. This week is The City on the Edge of Forever, a time travel movie. Joan Collins, a film that almost become part of the whole Wrath of Khan thing, hence the reason I kind of know about it. But let's rewatch it, talk about it, give you some thoughts. All right, yeah, the Enterprise is there. We're having some time travel disturbances, some ripples in time, if you will. Things are going astray for the Enterprise and the crew. The Enterprise is being kind of thrown around, and Sulu is injured quickly. They call for Bones. There's some more ripples, more shenanigans. Things are not going well, and we don't know what to do. I love the fact that there's a quick little thing, and then Bones is the one who kind of turns crazy, and he ends up disappearing and basically beaming down to the planet's surface. And they're going to beam down and see if they can save him. So I will say that I am not a fan of time travel stuff. I don't really enjoy that. That's usually something I think that they might try to think they're fixing holes. They make more holes. That notwithstanding, here we go. All right, when they beam down, we find the Guardian of Forever, who kind of mocks Spock, who doesn't really quite know what everything is. McCoy does show up quickly and then jumps through, and they don't exactly know what to do because they're going to have to go back and try to undo whatever damage him in the past had done. Because guess what? The Federation is completely gone. The Enterprise communication just vanishes. So something happens in the past that undoes all of the future as they know it. No Federation, no Enterprise, whatever. And everyone's basically just stranded there on the planet. Kirk and Spock are going to go through, try to find McCoy, try to write everything. Everyone else stays behind. And then they're giving instructions, stay for a while, and then, go on your merry way. We zap through and we end up in the Great Depression, another little back lot from Hollywood. So we kind of have a little thing where they steal some clothes, they try to find a way around things, they end up in a mission and really try to figure out how to work off their debt with her. She's there in a soup kitchen. Joan Collins plays this very, very beautiful lady. There she is. There's the Joan Collins, beautiful Edith Keeler. She's there. She kind of works with them, figuring out how they're going to contribute, earn their keep, basically, while they're trying to figure things out. They earn a little bit of money with her guidance here that gives them a chance to buy different parts. So Spock can kind of start working on this machine, this contraption that can communicate with his tricorder, and they can piece together what has happened, where's McCoy, what's the impact of McCoy. It's this big puzzle that's kind of taking place. But I will admit, there's a lot going on here, and it's very deep and very heavy. I like it a lot. I like the fact that there's these quick little moments where Kirk's always trying to delay her and not see the ears, and she's obviously picking up on like the clues, but it's always done in a very subtle way. The big twist here is Kirk's falling for her. Like they've been there for a week or so, and they've gone on a couple dates. She's like, she'll make references to like Clark Gable, and he has no idea what he's talking because he's not that into the weeds with some of our culture. And they kind of go out, they're falling in love. Spock is quickly gathering all these different things over the course of the couple weeks that they've been here, and they're kind of piecing together that Edith was supposed to have died and now she did not die. So something with McCoy has stopped her death, and in the process, it allows for this peace movement and this pacifism that she's part of to kind of take root. All right, there's a little subtlety that's coming up because McCoy shows up. He's kind of wandering around like a crazy person, and he runs into like this hobo person. He's making all these ramblings. He kind of passes out, and then this guy and uses the phaser on himself unknowingly. I think this is probably kind of an underrated element in this episode is like he accidentally see how he's playing with it. He kind of turns it around looking at it. And I don't know why you would point something at your face and use it, but he does. That was really pretty cool. I like the fact that that actually happens, and that's not the focus of the episode. It's not even something that I can argue how it's dramatically impacting things or it's changing the course of the episode in any dramatic way. But I do like this. I thought this was actually very good. Now, it's coming to a head because they know that things are very, very dark. Kirk is admitting his love. Spock is like, she has to die, Jim. Like, this can't, what are you going to do if you're faced with this choice? Yeah. And there is a quick moment where they're walking on some stairs and he saves her. She, of course, is the one who finds McCoy. And I will say this is that stair scene where she starts to slip to fall, and Spock's like, "Hey, maybe she was supposed to die there, Jim." And now that's contradictory to the car accident theory that whatever they're supposed to have, but reality is she wasn't supposed to live. The fact that McCoy and them all show up in the exact same places is almost like too oversimplified. It's sort of like the same thing they do with Doc Brown in the Back to the Future films. Like there's like a nexus point in history, and everyone's sort of drawn to these pivotal moments. So I like that element that's being set up because sci-fi has used that in so many other ways because you have to have some reason for characters to come together. It's just way too random. There's a quick comment early in the episode about, oh, he could be in Boise and he could be in, Albuquerque or whatever he says. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly true. So how would they all end up in the exact same city and the exact same street with the exact same people? So good explanation. They're at least trying to button up these holes and these issues, whereas most things don't always do that. Then they basically end up on the street for our final scene. McCoy is there. She mentions him by name, and Kirk is like, "What?" He starts running outside. She's in the street, right? Because she's going to walk into the street, and in doing so, she's walking right in front of a large truck, and McCoy is going to stop her. So Jim stops McCoy. So wow, this was super heavy, super good. Like I have to be honest, I was really, really, really blown away. I remember the episode. We had done Talk Hard on Wrath of Khan in 2022. I did down that rabbit hole of how Wrath of Khan got to be and the whole Nicholas Meyer thing and the scripts he had and some of the story developments. And it kind of took me to this episode because it wasn't just Spacey. This episode was one that kind of time travel, and they want to go back in time and kind of really tie this in with like time travel and stuff like that. So I'm glad they didn't. But I will say though, this idea of this one person being so pivotal is crazy. Like you go back in time and delete Hitler? Could you go back in time and what would actually be the consequences of this? I love that. And I love the fact that there's also the message of the ripple effect of one person, this random person in all of our lives. How much of a ripple effect can we have on other people? Can we put more things in the positive side of the scale than the negative scale? I love all of that. This is probably by far one of my favorite episodes to date. I think its legacy is really, really impactful. I think that it is so well done. This script, the execution, everything about it. Yes, it feels a little sluggish in a way where they're trying to figure out what actually happened and that kind of thing, kind of because it becomes more about relationshipy stuff. But they have to set all that up. We have to give you the Kirk and Edith stuff so that we have this impact at the finale, and it's just fantastic. Because by the time they go back to the portal, so the rest of the crew they've been gone just a matter of a few minutes. And in fact, the whole world's been set back right because she was killed in the car accident. So when Bones says, "You know what you did, Jim," and Spock is the one who speaks and says he does know, and I'm like, wow, that was really, really good. This is a really great episode. So, how does it rank though? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's definitely my top 5. I would probably because I'm going to have to go back and kind of watch a couple that I'm kind of having in that top tier because I'm going to do a stream with Nerdporia. We're going to talk about all the episodes, I assume, or kind of rank some or highs and lows. This is one that is definitely the top tier for me. Really, really good episode. Holy cow. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Love hearing more from you guys who can probably fill in some of those blanks. You're getting kind of a raw reaction from me. And thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pops.